Hey, what's up? It's been a while. I've been busy with work, working some overtime. All is well. I'm coming up on a year and 5 months no drink. Sober, which very happy about. I want to crest that year and a half and move on to 2 years. It's already unbelievable to me. But I wanted to make a little catchy title for this, the Christmas Spirit. You know, spirit as in liquor, spirit as in like the holiday season. I thought it'd be a little catchy title for this video. It's a hard time for people. Depression goes up during the holidays. I've been there. I totally understand it. Holidays really are tough. And I've missed a few. I've really tried. When I was drinking, I really tried to keep this to a minimum. But I have done this before where I would get an extended period of time off of work. Like right now I'm off for 10 days. And my mind would immediately go to, I'm bored, I'm going to drink. So like the first weekend off, I'd binge all weekend and then maybe even drink during the middle of the week for the holiday and then drink again on the week and the following weekend. And going to the new year feeling like absolute crap, not sticking to my gym regimen, nothing. And I'm sure some of you can relate to this. Like even a 3-day weekend, my mind would go to drinking. And even to this day, a year and a half in, my mind went there when I was working yesterday and I knew I'd have all this time off, but it's not nearly as strong. As time goes on, you become more resilient to that to the strength of that like craving, you know? Like I know for the holidays everyone's going to be drinking and out partying, and early on in sobriety it is severely hard. It really is. Like if I only had a week of sobriety right now or even a month, this would be a very, very difficult 10-day stretch for me. Having off of work and not being occupied with it would be super difficult. It'd almost be like a mission impossible. I would indefinitely probably drink if I was early on in my sobriety. But with having this time, my girlfriend that supports me, my family, and I won't throw it away, and like the urge just isn't there. It's always a monkey on the back though. It really is. Like my mind, I don't know if that'll ever go away, the mind going to that. But it's you're much more resilient to it in time. So if you're early on and it's a very hard time for you, you got to get through it because it will get easier. It's a battle. It's a very hard mental battle. Boredom, holiday depression, a lot of people are drinking and that's what they're doing either to cope or just to party. And I respect their decision. I get it. But what I was going on before, I was trying to get to topic-wise, I remember partying pre-holidays like Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving Eve. And I've missed family gatherings in the past. It was very little because I always made sure to show up. And I've showed up hungover. I've showed up sober. I've, obviously the past year and a half, it's been clean cut, easy mode as far as like no drinking. But I've missed holidays. I drank every Eve and I've laid around during the holiday. I've missed those things and I regret that. It's one of the best things about being sober. I don't got to worry about the hangover and making the excuses and not having the motivation to go and do things. It's much easier just not drinking, you know? I have, and it's depressing. I've missed a lot of events in my life because of drinking, because I put drinking first over the holidays, certain weddings, difficult times in my life. That was how I coped, and it's just not healthy. I see my dog rummaging around on the bed. He likes to burrow. But yeah, just know it's not an easy time of the year. Just like Thanksgiving. You have New Year's coming up. You know, I remember when I was actively drinking, I couldn't fathom like not drinking like New Year's Eve, you know. I remember Christmas Day doing the family stuff and then going out and drinking Christmas night. I even had a bar a few times. That was never my full vibe. House parties were my thing. But I've done it. Went right out drinking Christmas night after, the family festivities. And I look back and it's just like, wow. It's wild to me, And I'd be lying if I said it's still not a little hard. I mean, it this time of year gets to me too, even with a good chunk of sober time. And it's harder the earlier you are into this, You have to be strong, and it does get easier. And if you do happen to relapse or you drink throughout the holiday season, I mean, I've been there, I've done it countless times after stretches of being sober. It's a very easy time to give in to drinking, right? So yeah, I just wanted to make this video and get it out there and know, and to let you know, it's not easy. It's tough. If you can get through this particular time period, like during the end of the year, it'll really be much easier the first 3 quarters of the year. Summertime, it can be rough. There's always battles you have. Oh my gosh, I remember thinking about this when I was drinking, how am I going to stop drinking? You have St. Patty's Day in March. Some people celebrate Easter and drink. The summertime, all summer, there's an excuse. 4th of July, house parties, camping, drinking. There's always going to be an excuse, and you got to really realize that that's what they are. They're excuses. If you don't want to drink, you can do this stuff sober. It's hard at first because your brain is basically, your neurotransmitters are so used to that dopamine hit from drinking at these events. You think that's the only way you're going to have fun anymore, right? That's not the truth. I do a lot of things sober, and I thoroughly enjoy them. That's always in the back of my head, though, the whole drinking aspect. Tomorrow for Christmas Eve, I'm sure people are going to be drinking at a family event, and I drive, so there's no way I never drink and drive, but I would never dare do that. So that's already a fail-safe. And 2, a few's not. A lot of people ask me, why not just have a few and be done? A few's not worth it to me. If I could sustain a good buzz, 3 to 5 drinks, and not go overboard, then I would have continued drinking, but that's not. I've tried that, and that's not an option to me. It's always all or nothing, and I can't stop. Once that buzz hits, I want more and more, then I end up way too drunk, and it's not even fun to me. The few drink buzz isn't even worth it to me. And I still feel that the next day, especially at my age. It's just, that might be why it's a bit easier for me. The people that moderately drink every night, they drink a lot, but it's moderate every night. That's dangerous too, because it still adds up to being 15, 20 drinks a week, which is the equivalent of a binge drink on a weekend. But people that do that, they sustain that buzz, and they're intaking every day, and they like that mild buzz. So that could be hard to quit as well. But it was always all or nothing for me. One's one too many, one more is never enough. And I know that, I acknowledge that, and having 2 beers, I get it. I've done it before. I've had 2 beers or a mixed drink or 2, but it always leads to more. It catalysts me into binge drinking on a weekend, because once I go slightly past, I want to keep going until I can't go anymore. And I know that. I have a lot of experience with it. I've tried to moderate. It just goes out the window. And if you can do that, more power to you. Someone commented a quote, "I'd rather have my lion in a cage than on a leash." I love that quote. It's a good one. It describes it perfectly. But yeah, happy holidays to everybody. I know it's a tough time. I'm going into the new year sober. I'm hitting the 2-year mark next year. I'm excited for that. More so the 1.5 years come February. And we're going to keep trucking, baby. And I apologize for the lack of content. I've been playing games at night when I have time. It's gym, work, rinse, repeat. and I game in what spare time I have. I've been playing, for all you gamers. I was on the Dark and Darker kick, then it's been the finals. I've been playing that quite a bit, and now Tarkov Arena I got into day one, messing with that. So like Tarkov Arena, the finals, and my Counter-Strike obsession's dwindling down, like messing with that market, but Counter-Strike's still goated to me. I just want to see them patch some things in the next year, but that's my nerdy stuff. But hopefully with my 10 days off, I can make a video or two a day, or get my backlog filled to where I can upload. And I want to get some more content out. But I like making these videos around the holidays, for people that are seeking some inspiration and looking for maybe some guidance or some motivation, because I know the struggles. I've drank to oblivion during these times and laid around, been severely depressed, around these times, going through like past breakups, just rough financial situations many years ago. I know the feeling, and it's terrible. It really is. I've been through the depression of not being able to even get out of bed. That came and gone quite quickly. Well, it was several months of that. I was working part-time. This is many years ago. That is a depression I never want to go back to, and I won't go back to that, even if my mood, everyone gets a little depressed and moody. I do too. There's days where it's like, blah, but that's humanity. That's the way it goes. But I remember going through like a very tough breakup, tough financial situation, down in the dumps. It's happened twice, since adulthood, and I won't go back. I will fight tooth and nail to not go back to that financial situation or be in any type of relationship that has a dead end to that point, right? It's horrible, and if you're there, just know you can get out of it. I'm rambling now, but when I was in those situations, it felt like it was never ending, and it felt like things were never going to get better. I felt stuck in this slump, but you have to put one foot in front of the other. You have to get back on your feet, and you have to fight and go, work out, maybe get on some antidepressants if that's your thing. It's not for everybody. Work, get your financial situation to a good spot. It will alleviate some of your depression. You have to every day, every year, improve 1, 2, 3, 4%, whatever it is. And drinking and drug use is just going to hinder you, and it's going to make you more depressed. Trust me, I know from firsthand. For those that don't know, I've lost over 100 pounds. I quit nicotine like 3 years in, and I quit drinking over a year and a half ago. And these things have firmly lowered my depression levels. It's not easy. Being sober has its own battles. But yeah, I'm done rambling. I just want to get this video out, and I love you all, and you have to love yourself, and you have to get out of the self-destructive behaviors, because I remember when I was drinking into oblivion, there was a part of me that was just drowning myself, hoping maybe this would be the last night, or F it, I'm done. It's just I'm gonna basically harm myself through drinking to punish myself, and that's very self-destructive behavior. I know there was a part of me that was like that. Not all of it. A lot of it was just to have fun for a long time, and then drinking alone really catalyzed that into a whole other problem. But yeah, much love. Take it easy. I'm out.